Welcome back to another WoW video. Today we'll be discussing tailoring, skinning, and leatherworking in Shadowlands. We'll be showcasing a gold grid I'm making for my 100 Gnome and Goblin Gold guide. This will be a very detailed insight of what gold is out there in Shadowlands. That said, other expansions will have their pages and all ways of making gold. I have been working on this guide in whole for more than a year. Today will be the newest edition. I hope you find it useful and informative. Before we get into that, if this type of video is not for you, make sure to check out my latest video covering 10 farms you should revisit. Alright guys, so welcome back, and I will say right now, it's not going to be scripted. I will not repeat myself. I'll try not to, guys, but if it's not for you, go check out my last video. But anyways, alright, first and foremost, I do want to say right now that patrons are going to get access to this stuff way faster than anybody else. If you want to support me, because I do not make no gold or money off of this when I actually make these, and they take days, if not a week or more, just to complete one page. If y'all can support me on Patreon, please check me out, guys. It will be in the description and in the comment section. You'll get a lot of stuff from care packages and also too as well stuff like this that will help you in your gold making. Now, after the shameless plug that I put in there, I will say right now, straight up, that I won't be going over every single aspect of this. What I want to do is I want to tell you the basics of this. Then after that, you can actually check it out yourself, find out how to do this, and so forth. I have been doing this for the past, I think, 20 minutes trying to get this right. But the best thing I can tell you right now is just give you the outline of it. And then after that, if you have any questions, just ask me and we can get to that. And I'll get you as soon as possible. You know, guys, I always get back to you. I'm like one of those rare YouTubers who get back to every single comment there is. Even if I got 200 comments, I'll still get back to you. All right, so let's actually get into this. So I will say right now that I enjoy doing this, okay? This is something I enjoy doing a lot. I just put a lot of effort into this. Now, I'm going to be going over this whole thing while I'm talking, so if it doesn't match, I do apologize for that. But anyways, first and foremost, some things I need to explain about this page. The page will list anything you can make on gold. You can't make anything gold from it. It won't be on this page. So with that, I will say right now, if I'm missing something and it actually can make gold, let me know in the comments below, or let me know and so forth, and I will actually update it as fast as I can when I have time. Now, I will say right now that this list is going to be a long list, because I want everything that's going to be on this list to be on this site. First and foremost, professions: engineering, alchemy, archaeology, inscription, jewel crafting, blacksmithing, enchanting, cooking, mining, fishing, herbalism. Those are things that I haven't put on the list yet, but those are all going to be on this page. Also too, I want raw gold, beginner section to gold making, pet selling, auction house gold making, dungeon farming raw, dungeon farming auction house, raid farming raw, raid farming, auction house, mount farming, and more. The reason why I want to do this, I want you to come to this page and be like, I have everything here. I don't have to go to 30 million pages. The only thing I have to do is click here, it's there, and so forth. Now, I will say too as well, we will have links, and this is going to be very interactive. And when I mean that things are going to be able to take you to other pages if you want to. Yes, I know that say, well, you said only one page. Why is it taking me somewhere else? Well, if you want to actually check on the information and make sure it's right, because I know some people want to, you'll have the access to Wowhead, you'll have access to Undermine, all that stuff and everything to get to there and so forth. I will not put them on here, but what I'll do is have a links to actually go to them. I do want to actually see if I can reach out to Undermine and actually get a widget or something like that that I can use to put on here to actually have updates of realms, like the popular realms like Prodmore, Sargeras, Mal'Ganis, or Mal'Ganis, whatever you how you want to say it. But anyways, whole point is that I wanted the widgets to where you can actually just click and you're like, oh man, the WoW tokens go for that. Oh man, these prices are the highest prices for T-Mog, or hey, you know, the herbs and so forth are going this price, so you don't have to go somewhere else. I think something like this will help a lot of people. And honestly too as well, we have an add-on coming that I think that's gonna go along with this, which will be announced in the near future, so we'll just have to wait for that, guys. So let's get into the rest of the video. First and foremost, I want to say that most of the colors are going to be self-explanatory. There'll be notes before them and tell you how to actually read this. Like for instance, cloth has a number system that says for, you know, for a certain color like blue is cloth, and for a certain color like red is just other materials and so forth. You'll be able to read it. It's very simple, guys. It's not, you know, no information, this and that. There's a lot of information that will give it to you, how to, you know, read the charts and how to see and everything. Like for instance, the tailoring farm spot section to be announced. So basically, we don't have that many in there. We have like one, and to be honest to you, even that will change, because when we get to the last 2 weeks of beta and before the release, then we'll actually start farming, because there's no changes that happen. And a lot of people say, well, it's beta or so forth, you shouldn't be farming because it changes. You're right, and that's why we wait until the last week or two. Then we're going to go ham on farm spots, and this is actually going to fill up and say, hey, you need to go here, you need to go there, you need to go here. So guys, you're going to be the #1 stop here for Shadowland content and Shadowland gold farms. Alright, so it's going to have all the breakdowns, because it's going to have the legendary items that you're going to be able to get. Well, it's not really legendary items, it's the base material, Like for instance, the cloth has its own, and so does leatherworking and everything. They actually have a section called legendary gear. Now this legendary gear will always have its stuff that says they're always going to have 100 that you need of this said, you know, major item. Like for instance, cloth. The cloth needs 100, and I think that leatherworking itself needs 100 too as well. The bones it needs 100 for some reason. I don't know why bones over the leather, but that's Blizzard for you. But anyways, the point is going to tell you every single detail that you need to know on this form. It's actually going to say, you know, for this section of the leatherworking, it's the same thing. And blue is for leather, orange is for bone, purple is for thread because it uses thread too as well, which again is crazy. It uses thread, which is not really crazy in real life. You know, leatherworking and you know got thread, that's going to actually go to hand in hand. Now also too as well, you're going to have red for all materials. Now I will say right now, when I say red, no, all the other materials, if you see a red one, you're always going to have the material next to it. Like for instance, let's go with an enchanted light list. Enchanted light list is going to have, you know, need 3 of the basically, what's it called? They're actually called soul dust. I had it in my head right there, but it's soul dust. It's going to take 3 soul dust, but then it's going to have a note by a side say see enchantment section. We haven't done enchantment, okay? We haven't done that yet. We're just covering 3 professions right now. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it's only going to be these 3, and let's get into the rest of it. So I want to talk about the ones that you can craft instead of actually skinning. These are the 4 rare leathers that you can actually craft, and honestly, this is really cool because it gives players who are not 150 or so forth a more chance to get in this leather and a faster chance. And to be honest, you guys, they did say there weren't going to be any gates behind this, so we don't have to worry about that daily reset or that daily, weekly, or so forth. And this is actually going to be really, really cool. I'm looking forward to this. And let's actually go over the weapons now. This is something I wanted to discuss because honestly, this was a big shuffle back in, you know, BFA. Actually, we're still in BFA, guys, but it's actually a big shuffle in BFA, okay? You actually get the fist weapons and you make them and you sell them and so forth. Now, there is 2 fist weapons that you're going to be able to actually make. Those are going to be to go to because the composite bows and composite crossbows are a little harder to make and they go for 89 gold, which is not bad at all, but the fist weapons go for 71. So if you are actually okay with losing about 18 gold compared to the time it takes to get the materials for the bows, yeah, I probably would just go with a fist, and that's going to be the way to go. Which leads us to the other section, which is the last section we're going to discuss it real quick, is skinning. And skinning is actually very simple. It's going to show you what you need and what it makes, and it's going to show you the other leathers that are hard to get, what zone to get them at, and so forth. It took me under an hour to actually get to 150. So if it could take me under an hour to get to 150, it could take you under an hour too as well. Live will be different probably, but honestly, I don't see it being any different other than the fact is more people are going to be out there. Now, with that said, I basically told you everything about this. I want you to go and check it out, have some fun. We will update this. We're going to put more of the professions out there. Thank you so much for checking this out, and I do apologize if it was all repeat or if it was, you know, actually I say a lot. I do say that a lot. I do apologize for that. Now, I will say too as well that we are going to have another video out coming Monday. Then we're going to actually have more videos out next week. I know I've been lackluster when it comes to, you know, putting out 3 videos a week instead of putting only on 2 or 1 maybe. I do apologize for that, guys. So I do want to say right now that if you enjoyed this, please consider that Patreon. Check it out in the description and in the comment section. I want to say thank you so much to my patrons who went to extra mile and are part of the Mustache Army. We do so much for y'all guys. If you want more in-depth, let me know in the comments, but I think this is the far as it can go with what we have right now, which is beta. We don't have live yet, so I can't tell you where the spots to farm them and so forth, but I have every single information here, okay? This is every single thing that you need to know about skinning, tailoring, and leatherworking, all the stuff you can make go from and actually make yourself. Now with that, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. I do apologize for any inconvenience I might have caused some of y'all. But now there will be a Discord link in the description and in the comment section if you want to discuss this. We would be glad to have you. And as always, please like, subscribe, and comment, and stay stashy.